Hey guys, I just got out of Pirates of the Caribbean 5. Uh, should I just go straight to it? Okay, I'm just gonna tell you, I loved it. um, it was excellent to me. This is like the second best movie. I have to admit, I did like the fourth movie, but I felt the same as most people about the second and third. The second one had so much awesome stuff as they went along, though. Like by the third movie was just so confusing, you know. And the more I watch it, of course, the more I understand it, the more I like it. But I've loved all of them to some degree, you know. The first movie is just perfect. This is my second favorite, I think. Now I haven't watched the fourth one in a while, and I'm not going to deny that I like the fourth one. I kind of have a thing for mermaids though, so that's. But this movie was so good. This one ties into like all the others. There's some really touching stuff. Like they do some stuff kind of like things that happened in not like it's the same, but shades of Guardians of the Galaxy 2 with some of the touching stuff that happens. It's just it's okay. So it's got, like, when I saw the trailers, I was worried. It looked like they were just trying to like recreate the first one. And it's not like that at all. At least I don't think it is. It's a totally different story. It does have two young love interest characters that are very reminiscent of the ones in the first film. In one of them's case, there's a really good reason for that. I don't want to give any spoilers. It's not a huge spoiler because it's like told like right in the beginning of the movie, but anyway, they're kind of reminiscent of the original characters. They maybe don't charm you as much as Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley. I think that those characters got a little bit more development. We saw them from when they were little kids, and we saw the boy in this one when he was a little kid, but they went through that really fast. In this one, in the original, we saw both of them when they were kids, and there was some good slow development and their romance and everything. Whereas with this one, it was a little bit more like, okay, here's your two love interest characters, and yeah, they act like a lot like the first ones, but they were still great. They were well acted. The girl was beautiful, but they were both excellent. She was sort of playing like a scientific girl who everybody thought she was a witch just because she was like more intelligent than them, and she knew how to read and all that stuff, so she was a witch. And of course the boy is very much an Orlando Bloom kind of character, but the whole thing is that they're all trying to get a spear, the trident of Poseidon. And did they call him Poseidon in this? Yeah, it was Poseidon. I think there's two names, but anyway, they're trying to get his trident. And it's like it's you know, that's the MacGuffin, and there's this ghost ship of a ghost pirates that are, well, they're not actually pirates. That's an interesting thing. They're pirate killers. They were soldiers. It was like the navy, the Spanish Navy, and they were like their whole job was killing pirates, and so they were ghosts, and they were out trying to get Jack Sparrow, and it was, you know, there's a lot of detail into the story, but it's not too much. It's still very simple, like the original film. It's not too much to grasp. There's a lot to explain, and I don't want to give spoilers, but it's similar to the original film because it is one story. It does tie into the other stories. It has aspects from all the other stories, so they don't like just pretend that 4 never happened or anything. Although I don't think we saw any of the characters back from that one, but in the end, the end was so good. The ending was so good, and it tied the way it dealt with things from all the other stories. It left it in a situation where I'm like, wow, you really, how can you go anywhere from this? I want to say I'll be surprised if they make another one of these, even if it does well, because they kind of ended it in a way that I don't see how they're gonna do anything else. It's like, but I can't say it because it's spoilers. I don't want to do any spoilers right now. I just don't feel like it. I just don't feel like ruining this for people because I'm reviewing it so early. Usually I'm lazy about my reviews and they come out after everybody's seen it anyway, and so I don't mind so much with the spoilers, but I don't want to spoil this. All the characters excellent. So many come back. I guess everybody who was alive came back. Orlando Bloom comes back. Now, if you're going to see this for Keira Knightley and Orlando Bloom, Keira Knightley is barely in it, like barely in it. But it's significant when she's in it. I don't, off top of my head, no, I don't think she had a single line in the movie. But she is in it, and it's very dramatic and important and wonderful. But she just comes in at, at one part. And Orlando Bloom is just in it a little bit more. He does have lines. He's got a more of a part, but he's just in, like, I think 2 parts, and she's like in 1 part. But you got to stay also to the end of the credits. But I mean, if you go see it for Orlando Bloom and Keira Knightley, you're not going to see much of them, but it's significant. It's important to their story. If you loved their story, this is a very important chapter in their story. The whole movie is. And in a sense, it's very much about them in a way, and it does continue their story. It's not just like mention of them. It continues their story. And really nicely, just it's what you want, it's what you wanted. Gosh, what else? Barbosa, amazing. Very important to this story. That's always good. He's in all of them, though. He's fantastic in all of them. I don't know why people don't like the 4th one. I love the 4th one. And he's in it, and he and Jack, they're always so great together. Jack, we see young Jack because they have one of those flashbacks. We find out a lot of Jack's backstory. I mean, it's one moment of Jack's life, but it's sort of like the beginning of Young Indiana Jones. Not Young Indiana. The beginning of Last Crusade, where you see young Indiana Jones. The first time we ever saw young Indiana Jones. And, you find out how he got his hat and his whip and his, and it's that kind of thing. But with Jack Sparrow, it's not at the beginning of the movie, but it's in the movie, and it's part of the movie. It's part of the story. It's an important part of why this villain is chasing them and everything. Effects amazing stunt stuff, just amazing sets. The little town reminds me of like Adventureland in Disneyland, if you go to Disney. I go to Disney World in Florida most of the time, but anyway, it was excellent. I loved it. I really dug the lady, the new girl. Very interesting when you find out about that character, because we don't know about her heritage throughout the film. Who's she? Because she ties into other characters. She's trying to find her father or do something for her father, and when you find out who her father is. I'm not going to spoil that, but that's going in as you watch it that's something that's going to happen probably. And from the beginning, we know who the boy is descended from, but I don't. If you haven't looked into it, maybe you don't know. It is excellent. Go see it. If you liked any of the previous movies, any of them, if you liked the first one, this is the second best one. Yeah, you have to go see this. You could skip the second and third. No, you couldn't, because this picks up with where Orlando Bloom's character is under that curse. So you do have to have seen all of them. But excellent movie, and it's all one story, and it's just a nice, simple story. That's why I like the fourth one. It wasn't, because I like trilogies, but with this one, the original trilogy of Pirates, it just got so complicated by the third film, and it was still cool, and I still love it, and I still love all three of them. But the first one and the fourth one were simple pirate adventures with science. I mean, with like horror, sci-fi elements and fantasy, elements, which I love, which I really love that all of these have that. Go see it, guys. Go see this one. Don't let them kill the pirates. I was watching. I was looking into some of the reviews before I went. Like, I looked at Rotten Tomatoes, which I never do. I have never paid 2 cents of attention to Rotten Tomatoes in my life. A couple of times I might have looked at it, and it was just awful. The reviews and everything were just stupid. The freshness meter is totally unreliable, and it's been exposed to some degree, from what I've heard, to be tampered with at times. But anyway, in the case of Pirates, I just happened to look that up, and this was before the movie was out. It was already like totally like a rotten score, and there were like a bunch of reviews, one positive review, all the others were negative, and you could tell by reading them they hadn't seen the movie yet. They were tired of Pirates of the Caribbean, that's all. Maybe they never liked it, the people reviewing this, A lot of people only like the first one, and they were trashing this movie before they even saw it. And some people have seen it and don't like it. Some people do. I just hope people go to see it, because there seems to be this whole thing where nobody's going to see Johnny Depp movies anymore. I don't know if it's because of the controversy from I don't know if it was last year or the year before or whatever. I didn't pay too much attention to that. I didn't get enough info out of that to really, it was one of those he said, she said things. But judge the movie on its own merits, because a lot of people worked on this movie, not one person. So regardless of how you feel about one person, I know, you're talking about the main character in that whole he said, she said stuff. I mean, if that's all I got to go by, I'm just going to go watch the movie and enjoy the movie. And it's a very enjoyable movie. I just brought that up because I don't know why else everybody is hating on Johnny Depp besides that possibility. Except, I know a lot of people are just tired of Johnny Depp. I don't totally get people just getting tired of certain actors. I know that sometimes they get overused, but if they're good, they're good. And he's really good. Maybe they're tired of certain characters that they never liked from the beginning. A lot of people never liked the Alice in Wonderland films, so I'm not surprised that the second one flopped, even though it wasn't a bad movie. It's an entertaining movie. I didn't like the Wonka and Dark Shadows movies that Johnny Depp made, so maybe it's just because there was a lot of that stuff left a bad taste in people's mouths. I know a lot of people didn't like the fourth Pirates movie. That I just don't understand. I thought it was great. So I don't know. I still enjoy Johnny Depp movies, but I agree that I love the Dark Shadows TV shows that have existed. I'm a huge Dark Shadows fan. I was so disappointed in the movie that Johnny Depp made with Tim Burton. I was really hoping that those two would make an excellent Dark Shadows movie, and they did not do it right. But they, Pirates of the Caribbean is something else. They know how to do that stuff, and it's, in my opinion, I don't know. Don't judge it based on the fourth film, whether you like the fourth one or not. Go see it first and then judge it. I thought it was excellent. I thought it was wonderful. I recommend going to see it. That's all I'm gonna say on that. I'll talk to you guys later. Let me know if you see it, how you like it. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever. I'll talk to you guys later.